Howdy, howdy. Hope we are well. It's been a while since I've done a podcast episode. I have definitely been heads down, bum up. Is that the saying? Yes, it is. If you are watching this on YouTube, you will see that I've just freshly blow-dried my hair. It's nice and voluptuous and super fluffy. But anyway, so I've just been busy, and I know that all of us have been busy. So I just thought I would approach the podcast with a little bit more, how can I say, spontaneously, let's just say. So I'm actually currently getting ready in my bedroom. No, I'm fully clothed, if anyone listening or watching for that matter of fact. I have tonight the cooking workshop. So I'm doing a Frangelico ball workshop, a collaboration with Rebecca from Porter Hudson. It's our second collaboration. I'm loving these workshops. Love them. I mean, if I could do them more often, I would. Rebecca's probably like, piss off. We are not... There is a bit that comes into play with collaborations and all that jazz. So I thought we were going to do like a Christmas edition. I'm loving it. It is a little bit early for all the Grinches listening. But I thought I would just have a little chinwag, come on, chit chat. I'm loving sort of having this podcast as sort of like a monthly check in, what's going on with me, what's going on with you, what's happening, fill us in. All right, first things first, non-food related, because there's so much to fill you in on, and I share this on social media. And if you are not watching, I am holding up a little deodorant called Rio Deo. Totally not freaking sponsored. That would be very hilarious if I was sponsored by them. And I just got foundation all over the lid. So my beautician, beautiful Chloe, from Chloe's Beauty Bar, recommended this deodorant. She's like, oh my gosh, this. And I had seen this brand floating about, but more for the body balm. I think they do a body, but I'm going to definitely go back and buy it because it smells like a freaking candle. Beautiful. And I was always a little bit, let's just say, held to the frig no about natural deodorants because a lot of them don't work. I'm not a naturally smelly person, but I thought to myself, let's give it a go. So I have to say, it's been great. And I shared it on social media. I'm doing my makeup as we talk. I'm one of these people now, and I'm probably not facing the screen properly if you're watching. But anyway, and I thought to myself, let's give it a go. And yeah, it's been great. Aesop was another brand that came in, and someone else said what was it called? I should have done this before I recorded. Some weird name. And I was like, is she talking about deodorant or is she talking about some random ingredient? I think it was like black chicken or some shit. And I was like, who names a brand that? But apparently it's really, really good. So yeah, that's that. Anyway, so I'm just getting ready. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I have been weight training 2 to 3 times a week. I'm a cardio girl. I'm one of those weirdos that wakes up. I love cardio. Probably feeds my ADHD brain. But I have been consistently training with a friend. He is an older guy, which I love because we're kind of on par. He's definitely more, how can I say, can lift more than me. So that challenges me in that way. And I definitely have more energy. So kind of works, yin yang. So that's that. And I'm exhausted, and I stupidly went and did cardio this morning. But anyway, all is well. What else is happening? So workshops. Let's talk about workshops for a second. Then we're also going to talk about sheet cakes. Then we're going to talk about Christmas. I promise I'm not going to make this a long episode. We're already 4.5 minutes in about that. So, I will not keep you too long while I try and do my makeup. I'm not a professional makeup artist. I use my hands, not all these fancy brushes. I bought this Hourglass blush, Vanish Loyal. No, it's quite nice. It's like a little crayon stick. Anyway, so workshops. Now, I love doing workshops. The ones that I have done, I've really, really enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the dynamic of the people. I've enjoyed the class. I've enjoyed just the human connection, shall we say, because I think COVID, everyone was, in shock mode, forced a lot of people online. And I feel like we all have a lot of PTSD from that. And so I feel that, and this is a personal thing, that I feel that I am even wanting more human connection. And I love doing online Zoom classes, and I'm going to be doing a bit more. But and they're great for interstate or international people. But I do want to, I don't know, I just feel like everyone's kind of sensing that they want that kind of community connection. I don't know. So anyway, it got me thinking. So after I did our last collaboration, Rebecca and I was like, I'd really like to do this a little bit more regularly. Where can I do it from, right? And so I inquired at a few cafes. If you're a cafe, seriously, get your head out of your ass in a way, because the ones that I have inquired, and this, I'm not generalizing and saying all of them, but the ones that I did, mind you, they're not open during the day. And I understand there's so much that comes to play, but the ones that were like, yeah, sure, you can kind of hire my space for the evening to host a cooking class. And mind you, I don't need the kitchen. I literally just need the sink and a couple of tables and stuff just to have people in. And I understand there's overheads, there's all these factors, and I totally get it. But $500, $600, and I get it if I'm taking business away, but I'm not. So for me, I was like, I'm not a big gun. I'm not a big influencer where I can just go and sell 100 tickets of anything. I'm being very transparent here. I'm not there yet. And I'd love to be there, but I'm not. And I'm being honest. And so for me, it was sort of more expenses, and it just really, really, I'm going to say it did stress me a little bit, because I just felt like I was kind of pushing mud up a hill. I was getting nowhere. So I live in we have a house, obviously. And it's a very small kitchen. Anyone that knows me personally knows my kitchen. They actually feel sorry for me. But it's very, very small. We have a granny flat at the back of our house. We do not rent it. I don't want people in my property. To be quite honest, it doesn't have a private entering, and also I have little kids, and I'm a helicopter mum, so I don't know. Just the way that it is. We work out of there because we don't have a spare room in the house. So we use one of the rooms there as the office, and I work out of the kind of kitchen and open area. It's great. It's been the best decision that I've ever done this year. I can separate work to home. It's just perfect. Anyway, it's worked out perfectly. And so I've decided that I'm probably most likely next year going to start hosting little workshops from there. Cooking workshops. I've had a few people, even at my gym, say, oh my God. I mean, some are like, we don't even want to fucking cook. Can we just come and eat at your house? I'm like, dude, you can do that anytime. But I'm definitely going to be doing cooking workshops from there. I'm going to do probably less people, so 5 to 6 people, keep it really small and intimate. And we'll do different kind of stuff, whether it's pasta, whether it's gnocchi, and we might, cook and eat together afterwards or something. I'm not really exactly sure. I haven't planned it to a T. It's sort of in my head. But I'm definitely going to go down that avenue. I was very apprehensive at first because I thought to myself, I don't live in an overly glamorous area, but it's not, it is what it is. What's glamorous in Sydney? What? Seriously. But I put that aside. I think I was a bit how am I going to make this work? And I think just with business as well, I have sort of, I've kind of embraced where I'm at rather than try and work from a place of where I'm not there yet. Does that make sense? So any business owner that would know, I think sometimes we look at other people and comparisonitis is a thing. And I don't wish anything bad upon anyone else or anything like that. It's not coming from a place of that. But sometimes I'm I'd really love to do that. I'd really love, and I know that a lot of coaches and people teach you what would the 7-figure person do? And it's well, I'm not 7-figure. So, that's not relatable, honey. We're not going to even do that because we don't know, I don't know what I would do when I get to that point because I'm not there yet. you know? So I think it's kind of not forced me, but just helped me and allowed me to embrace where I'm at and just be resourceful. I kind of thought to myself, okay, well, I'm at a place of I'm struggling to find a venue that I can consistently do a workshop. And yes, I know people are like, we could do it in a hall. I'm like, I don't think, lugging stuff, like driving, and then if parking's an issue, and then packing and doing all that. I love doing it when it's like someone like with Rebecca or a collaboration, because it's beautiful and it really builds connection. But to do it in a sterile hall for just 10 people, it's not exactly what I want to do. I'd rather do it less, but have it a little bit, I don't know, nicer, shall we say, and intimate. So anyway, I was a little bit apprehensive at first, but now I'm like, I think it's actual cute idea. Oh, I winged that pretty good too. Doing my wing liner. I'm using, I know someone's going to ask me, what am I using? Sephora's brand. Oh no, it's just the classic line felt liner. Oh my God, have I become one of these people that it's like, oh my God, at the moment I'm like putting Hourglass blush on my cheeks. Mind you, I'm not a makeup person. I like literally put it on sporadically when I leave or go anywhere, and that is not often. Anyway, so that's where I'm at with the workshops. I would love to hear if anyone would be interested in them. I already know some people that I, talk with online in DMs, and yes, you can always DM me. Seriously, I love it. We talk about this stuff, and I really want to kind of build that little sense of community. And it's really funny because since, can we say, Rona and all that kind of stuff and lockdown, I felt that a lot of places and businesses haven't been the same, in the sense of, I don't know about you guys, but when I go out, it's like, oh, we have a 90-minute seating. Oh, we have this. I just feel like everything's rushed. It's rushed. They want you in, they want you out, and I understand. I'm not a restaurant owner, so I'm not taking any blame. Like I'm not dissing them. And I think that every business has to do what they have to do, because there's inflation, there's all these things happening behind the scene. There is issues with staff, like all that kind of stuff. But for me, I haven't really been enjoying some of the places that I've been visiting, and I understand where they're coming from. But at the same time, I'm like, I really want to do something, but I just feel like, what is there to do, right? Like, what is there to do when you don't want to really get overly dolled up? You don't want to be going out for, just like into the city and battling parking. You want to do something even just with your friend, but you also don't want, the headache as well. And you don't want to make the effort to then just go for an hour. Sort of got like one sushi place, like it was nothing fancy. I went with my girlfriend and she called me. She's like, it's an hour seating. Is that okay with you? And I'm like, yeah, okay. Like what? Lucky it was raining and they weren't busy that we stayed for an hour and a half. But I mean, talk about indigestion. So that's a kind of battle, and I just wanted to create something that people can come to, enjoy it, feel comfortable, and yeah, that's just about it. So anyway, that's the plan. Hopefully going to start in January sometime. I'm going to trial and error it with my, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see my walk of shame most mornings to the gym. Early in the morning with all my food that I carry. They're all my testers. They test out recipes. They give me feedback. So I'm going to trial them out here and see how we go, right? Anyway, so that is that. What else has been happening? Christmas is creeping up upon us. What are we all doing? I'd love to hear our plans. I don't even know our plans at this point, but I have started prepping. If you're a business owner, you are going to know that it's going to creep up on you before you know it. So for me, and of course I was so smart and had 2 kids in November and then December. So not only are they back to back, but they're also in the busy season. So I love that for me, being organised with that. But I started selling the cookie boxes for Easter. I'm going to do the same for Christmas. So I've started doing a big batch every week. So there's going to be 6 flavours, and I'm making about 40 to 50 cookies for each flavour so that I can cover the assortment packs. Hopefully they sell. So please stay tuned if you're in Sydney. I will be opening up orders probably end of November to December for pickup of the cookie boxes on certain dates. And so, yeah, I'm trying to be organized with that because I freeze all the cookies. As you all know, well, if you don't know, we have like humidity 101. So you will get all your cookies frozen. And I'm not even joking. If you're at home thinking about making them, you can make them, freeze them, they defrost a charm. Like you wouldn't even know. I'm telling you now, if you came over to my house and I served you coffee and a cookie and I didn't tell you anything, you'd be licking your fingers. You wouldn't even know. So, and I think that's actually smart because who's going to actually frantically bake 2 days before? I know there's a lot of you that are like, yeah, that's me because it used to be me. So that's why I'm telling you. I'm giving you these little tips. So, yeah, that is underway. I've actually got, so the other thing, slab cakes. You guys have been loving the slab cakes. For anyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about, on my socials and obviously on the blog and stuff, I have been making just slab cakes. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but remember Sara Lee tray slab cakes growing up? They were the freaking best. I'm sure they taste like shit now, but they were the best. They were easy. Mum's 9 times out of 10 got them for dessert or for a birthday or whatever it was. And I thought I want to kind of do that at home. Something easy, something with no nasties. I love the fact that it's in a tray. Like it's just, I don't know, for some reason, like it's no different, right? I'm pouring the batter into a tray, a square tray, opposing to a cake tin, but it works and it's rectangle or square, depending on what you have, what pan you have. And it's amazing because you could just slice it up into portions and eat it all. But anyway, so we have the choc with espresso icing. We have the carrot cake with cream cheese icing or as Americans say, frosting. And then there's the butterscotch with mascarpone icing. Amazing. My preference, and again, like I love the carrot cake. If you ate carrot cake, then you ate carrot cake. Then it would be the butterscotch and then the choc. But then I love the choc. Anyway, like they're all delicious. But I've actually got 5 orders for them for Christmas, just from people that I know, for friends. So I think maybe we'll do a cooking class on that, but we're definitely going to be doing a cooking class, and it's going to be on the passion fruit melting moments. They're divine. I'm aiming to do it on November the 20th, but I will definitely let you know like all the details for that. And that is it. Like it is just hectic. Most likely not going to be hosting Xmas here, but I will be obviously making something to take to my folks. So I'd love to know what you guys have planned for Christmas, what you're cooking, what you're making, how you're preparing. I think a lot of people have they're stumped about the organisational part of things. I have to say that for me it comes very natural, but I grew up because my mum was like that. So by osmosis, I just learnt that way. But I always think, and I might repurpose last year's 3-part Xmas series for the podcast where I kind of talk about what's on the menu, how to prepare it and what to do with the leftovers. But I always think like with Christmas, and this just goes with all kind of events. We're just using Christmas as an excuse here, but it could be a birthday, could be a backyard barbecue, could be another occasion, whatever, maybe religious event you guys celebrate where people come together, especially in your home or just a dinner party, is I always kind of think, and I'm just kind of going with this, but I always try to think of the menu beforehand, obviously, and I try to not overload a certain area of the kitchen. So for example, I like to utilize my stovetop to my oven equally. So when I'm creating sort of like a meal idea or whatever, now if I know that I'm making, for example, slow cook like pork ribs, we'll just use that example, and I know that's going to be cooking for 3 or 4 hours in the oven on low. Well, I'm going to just be doing a side that's like a salad or something that I can obviously prep and put in the fridge, or something that I can do on the stovetop, right? So maybe some mashed potato or something else, or something that then if I need to use the oven, that it's going to be really quick, like half an hour in the oven right after the ribs come out. So I think often where I have stuffed up in the past is that I've, for example, thought of all these great ideas, but so many of them need like the last minute grilling and it's like frantic and stressful. So I always think to myself, what is it? Can I do? And I know it's summer here. Well, not that it's really warm anyway, but like in the colder months, I'm like, well, stews are great, sauces are great, things that I can even put in the slow cooker the night before, or, do during the week, like a sauce, and then freeze it. And then all I have to do is like reheat it and just boil the pasta, and like things that you can prepare like ahead of time, as much as possible, because it's not only the dish that's on in the oven or the stove, it's the prep that goes into it, and also the washing up. Like there is going to be things that you need to chop and slice and dice and peel and all that kind of stuff, and that comes with utensils and more washing and shit. So that is how my brain kind of thinks when I'm hosting. Barbecues are always great because a lot of that can be prepped, a couple of days beforehand, purchased, put in the oven, and the man generally gets all the credit for how amazing the dish is, even though he just stood there and you even passed him the freaking tongs and passed the tray and passed the all that kind of jazz. So that's what's happening. I hope that you guys have been all well. What else am I loving at the moment? So I thought I had to share that natural deodorant because a lot of people are wanting to make the transition. I've also been loving, and I've been using this for a while now, the ultraviolet SPF 50 plus. So for me, I've just kind of, do my usual face routine, which I'm not going to get into just yet. I'm not a skincare specialist, although I have to say my skin's looking pretty good. I had a facial at my beautiful facial lady, CC. If anyone wants her contact, let me know and I will flick you her page via Instagram. CC, she's amazing. So I met her through my laser clinic. I do laser, like hair removal laser. And anyway, we got chatting one day and she was like, she's really good at her job. Because as you know, if you've ever had hair removal, that they kind of go really fast and dodge. Anyway, so she's really great, but she's like, oh yeah, like I actually do facials and stuff from home. And I was like, sweet, let's go, book me in. And she does evenings, which I love as a mum, especially weekend evenings. So I had a facial last week. So I had, I think it's called microderm, and I don't know. I don't even know. I'm just like, what's my face? Just fix it. And she's like, okay. And it's amazing. Well, for me anyway. So that's what's happening. Super scattered podcast episode. Just thought I'd fill you in on the workshops, fill you in on my natural eau de deodorante, fill you in on Christmas cookie boxes, fill you in on the slab cakes and all that jazz. It's been a whirlwind of a year. Lots of good stuff's come from it. So happy and grateful that we didn't get locked down again. It's just been really nice to just, I don't know, live life and move on, as we like to say. But apart from that, I would love to hear from you what's happening for your Christmas, what you're cooking, what you're baking, any kind of flavors on the slab cakes that you would like me to see recreate. I think the next one that I'm going to do, I'm a sucker for lemon and poppy seed. So I'm definitely going to be doing a lemon slab cake with a lemon and poppy seed, because lemon on lemon, I'm that kind of person. I love sour. So, so that's been happening. But apart from that, at the time of this recording, I've uploaded an amazing goslemi recipe to the blog, spinach and feta goslemi. If you don't know what that is, it is a Turkish kind of flatbread fold over thing that's filled with different kind of fillings. There's like lamb mince, chicken mince, which are like beautifully seasoned and spiced. I just did a spinach and feta one. It's so delicious. I used a 2-ingredient dough, but I use plain flour. As you all know, I've written a book on that. But yeah, so there's a recipe on that, as well as a smoky bacon pasta recipe, as well as a choc banana bread. If you know how I love, like I swear to God, every week I have ripe bananas, and I think I intentionally buy a bit extra bananas, knowing that they're going to go ripe and knowing that I will need to make banana bread. So my banana bread recipe, the plain one, the one that I usually make, is on the blog, as well as a choc banana one, which you could easily do in like cupcakes or muffin patties, like if that's what you prefer. And yeah, so that's about it, guys. So nice catching up. It's been a while. Thanks for getting ready with me. I mean, I did jack shit. Eyebrows, bit of wing liner, mascara, some blush that I like smudged in with my fingers. But yeah, anyway, I will do another episode soon, and I cannot wait, for next year. It's going to be hectic this year, but let's get through it, right? Bye.